Hey guys, today I want to show you two camera settings that I like to use to make my photography a little bit faster, a little bit snappier, and more reliable when I'm doing street photos and architecture photos around the city. Hey guys, Lucas from iExplore here. Cameras can be pretty daunting, so I want to go into two settings that I like to use today. This video is a little different from what we usually do. Often, I'm showing composition and like outside the box kind of techniques, but what I want to show today is two settings that I like to use to make my shooting better. All right, two very good settings. The first is a pretty common one, is back button focus. Okay, so I've set my camera in Nikon. It's this setting called AF activation. See, it's AF on only, and then the camera will only focus when I hit this button. It will not focus when I press the shutter button, which means that I can focus and then take the photo separately, which means if I want to move the camera or for whatever reason I want to lock the focus where it is and keep the focus on manual, kind of like a pseudo manual, then this lets me do it. So again, for example, on my Nikon here, it's under the AF activation setting, which is under here in these custom menu banks somewhere under autofocus. All right, every camera is different. Some cameras might not have this setting, but I'm sure most SLRs do. So look into that. I highly recommend this setting. It does take a little bit of getting used to. It's not the kind of thing that you're going to overnight like it. Took me a while, but now that when I'm shooting autofocus lens, that's always how I shoot. Okay, so that's setting number one. Setting number two, I find it's a little less common. Back button, again, very common. Setting number two is the kind of a fine-tuning of the auto ISO. So again, my Nikon, on Canon, Sony, I think a lot of those cameras have these settings as well. So I'm going to go under ISO sensitivity settings, which to get there, normally it's here under the shooting menu somewhere, okay? But I have a shortcut. And in there, I can turn auto ISO on, and then I can give the camera a maximum possible ISO and a minimum shutter speed. All right, so I've chosen 3200 ISO and 250th of a second for the shutter speed. Now, why is that? So the reason for this kind of setting is because basically I want to shoot an auto ISO with aperture priority, which lets me do things faster, but I don't want the camera to go crazy. I don't want it, the ISO in here goes up to like 200,000 or something like that. That's a little too high. It can get kind of noisy, pretty noisy. So I want to limit it. But more than that, I want to tell the camera when to start raising the ISO. Why should the camera raise it? And that's what the minimum shutter does. So I like to keep a minimum speed of 250th of a second, which allows me to capture most action, street photos, people in the city fairly reliably. Okay, so just to recap, two useful settings. Number one, back button focusing. Number two, the fine-tuned auto ISO controls, which most cameras have. And that's it. That's my tip for today. Two tips in one. All right, so hopefully these things will help you to go out there and, as always, challenge your eye. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe, please hit that like button, and if you have any questions or comments or any ideas for future videos, please let us know below in the comments.